Hi, so I heard you're a witch. Depending on how many years you've been a witch, the question may come to you, what kind of witch are you? Or which witch is which? Hi, I'm Mike, and welcome to another edition of Witchcraft in Gray. A witch of 28 years is making a broadcast and hoping to reach some people out there who have also been practicing for quite a while, sharing tips, or I should say, talking about my experience as a practicing witch for as long as I have, and hoping that this broadcast will be thought-provoking and will help you understand more about witchcraft to those who are just starting out, or even those who are not even convinced or haven't made their minds up that they are witches. So the title of this broadcast is very simply enough, Which Witch is Which? Back in 1991, when I first started the craft, there was an article in a magazine that I cannot recall, but it was a Wiccan magazine. And the title, of course, was what I just said, Which Witch is Which? And it stated what more than likely is a fact among a fact, or I should say a shared opinion, among all American witches. And it was a statement that said if you ask 10 different witches what is witchcraft, you're probably going to get 20 different answers. And now in the year of 2020, I polled once again a number of different witches, citing that statement that I just recited to you, and I asked them, so what do you think? Has that number increased or decreased? And of course, the answers still remain the same. So, welcome to the title, or I should say welcome to the practice of witchcraft. Witchcraft is known as an unorganized religion. We're very free-based. We do not have a hierarchy. There is not a witch pope, a witch bishop, a witch reverend, nothing to tell you what to do, no orders that you have to join. It's very free-flowing. It's very free-based. And it's all dependent upon your lifestyle, all dependent upon where you come from. Is when you start the craft. A lot of people say that we were all born to be pagan. A lot of people say that we were all born to be witches. And then sometimes in our life, at any point in time, we kind of got distracted and went off on another side path. But the most important thing is we're back. And that we're starting or continuing from past lives to gain back that knowledge, gain back that power and its wisdom, or to fulfill a certain destiny that we were supposed to hold down in a last life. So here we are in this life and on this path to be able to fulfill something, to find something, or perhaps to pass something down to the next generation. As witches, we are obligated to pass down our wisdom unto our children, unto our spouses, our family, or particularly those who we feel are respectful and needful of that knowledge. But the question always comes up in the very early aspects of learning witchcraft, if there is any type of name, if there's any type of title that is given to any particular witch. So I went looking through some of the books of the craft to see what different titles people have given occultists, which witchcraft is under the general term of occultist, and look to see some pretty interesting titles such as mystic, bard, sorcerer, prophet, seer. And of course, these are all titles that are given to people who basically practice witchcraft. And there are also titles that have been given by other religions to these to what they consider to be gifted individuals. So before you grasp on to any particular title, just kind of be aware of the company that you're keeping. Because some people in certain religions might question you and might have been known to become quite upset or persistent that if you use these titles around them, which just seems to be a really great working title for me. I do have titles and given to me by my tradition. However, I don't go around demanding to be addressed by these titles. If somebody wants to call me a witch, they can. So I would say not to go too off course and try to have some sort of grand title. Within us is this sense of being degraded or being in an organization that hasn't recognized your talents or talents that you think people should recognize. And therefore we go into a religion thinking that we are going to, or we want to get attention. We need a title. We need something to recognize that I am here. And in all truth, that's not what you're going to find in witchcraft, and that's not really what you should seek. I'm kind of talking to myself in a younger tense when I say that, because I was very much the attention seeker when I first got into the craft. I will admit that. Over the years, you find out there's many more things that you are going to be interested in or be interested in you, and other titles will fall onto you. And those titles, of course, are called kennings. It is, once again, a Norse term that I'm going to use, kenning. And to kind of put it in a short definition that many can understand, a kenning simply means a title or another name that was or has been given to you in your life. It is referred to by other terms in different traditions of magic, but a kenning basically means what you are to other people. Simply for existence, my name is Mike. I am a witch, but one of my kennings is Dad. Yes, a dad to 5 kids. So even though I am a witch, I am also Dad. That's a very real title. And I am also a husband. And I am also a best friend. I am also a friend. And many other titles that are given to me from various organizations, worker, clergy. These are the various titles that you are known by. And so in the quest of the first law of the occult, which is to know thyself, know who you are, realize the kennings that you are known by. Is this the answer to the ancient question? No, it's far from the answer. The first law of the occult is an eternal quest. Know thyself. Know who you are down deep inside. And this is a life journey. We get to feel out, we get to know who we are. It's a grandiose experience. It is a humbling experience. And it turns to be a really great exploration when you learn things about yourself, maybe even things you didn't know. It's a really great journey. And so someone who comes to me and has told me that they have mastered the first law and they know everything about themselves, I just seem to think that person may be suffering from a little bit of low self-esteem. Maybe there's something in their life that's kind of troubling them and they have to feel a little bit more uppity than they are to make themselves feel good. The law of the occult, first law, know thyself, is quite extensive and it takes quite a bit of time. I never say that the law itself cannot be accomplished in this life, but it's kind of hard to do. So just to keep that in mind, because as much as you know yourself, I would say that I know myself on this present day and in this present incarnation of time. But by any time after this, and any days after this, I'm probably going to know more things. Witchcraft is essentially a journey of yourself to find yourself and the harmony and the synchronicity with the earth, with the elements, with the cosmos, to understand your path from the ancestors and why you are here today and what your purpose is. The purpose is you. The purpose is not to take away what you are and who you are, to fill another grandiose title or another pair of shoes. It is all about finding who you are and to find your purpose, where you are, who you are now, denying nothing, but allowing yourself to be open to change. So we'll go quickly here and say the next law of the craft after know thyself is to know thy craft. And this also takes time. There are a lot of witches out there who come to the conclusion about knowing what type of craft that people practice. Craft normally means your specialty. Are you a healer, herbalist? Are you a diviner, one who's very good at reading into what yet may come, or reading individuals? Are you a scholar? And of course, then it can also go on to a lot of the things you do in your regular job. Your craft defines what you do, and it defines what your skill set is. And as of course, and in every law of witchcraft, it is subject to change. So don't think that just because you're something today, you're going to stay at that, because there's always tomorrow. And knowing what you are and your craft is very important, because you may also become in connection with people who have other specialties and areas of the craft. And my suggestion to them is to know them, and if somebody wants find someone with a particular skill set, don't try to do something. Don't try to be impressive. Just push it along to somebody who is not as skilled or looking for that particular skill. Just let it go on. One day you may become that diviner. And sometimes there is a dynamic and there is an attraction that people have toward witches, toward the occult, toward mystics, bards, seers, sorcerers, and that's really good, but be very careful of fame. To kind of quote a Harry Potter character one time from one episode, fame is a very fickle thing. So be careful of what you get attracted to. And so I thank you very much for watching today. If you like this, please indeed do comment and like, tell your friends. And I thank you very much for watching this edition of Witchcraft in Gray. Please do send me a message, shoot me out an email, and give me some suggestions, criticisms, always very open to those. And I hope that on this day I have helped you understand some part of yourself, some part of the craft. And as the years go, and as time goes by, years go by, I'm of course going to be broadcasting more and putting out more editions. I certainly hope this comes as some sort of help to you on this day. Well, anyway, I'm Mike, and you've been watching Witchcraft in Gray. Have a great day.